Welcome to the Turn One Studio podcast. I'm Elliot Custodio, and here we meet with local business professionals. Today's guests from Mercy Haven, we have Donna Donaghy and Ciara Jensen. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. So first things first, what is Mercy Haven?
So Mercy Haven is a nonprofit here on Long Island that has been around for 40 years. We're celebrating our 40th year anniversary. We do housing and services for people who experience mental health issues, as well as homelessness. And we also do have domestic violence housing for people who are surviving and fleeing domestic violence.
Wow, okay.
We offer services. We have a growing food pantry, supported employment, and a lot of other services for the community.
Very cool. And where are you located?
We're in Islip Terrace.
In Islip Terrace.
Yeah, but our homes are everywhere. So we're like all over Suffolk County. We have one home in Nassau County, working on a few more. So we're working our way into Nassau County. But we own like 39 properties across Suffolk mainly, and then Nassau.
Fantastic. So do different homes focus on different disciplines, if you will?
Sure. We have 3 community residents, which is a higher level needed home that's staffed 24 hours a day. Those are people that have serious mental health issues and diagnoses. And then we have scattered site housing that have supported housing for people that need like a little bit of a less level of support. And that's like more independent, but that's permanent housing. So once they're in there, they could stay and we continue with their support. And then we have some homeless housing that is as well as permanent housing. And like I said before, the domestic housing as well, domestic violence housing.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's a lot to remember.
Yeah,
well,
we do. We have a broad, broad reach, and we get a chance to really, help a lot of different people, with experiencing different difficulties. So that's nice.
Well, you mentioned
many kids right now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So many kids.
You know what? I'll ask you that question instead. So you deal with children. I thought it might just be adults. So what's the age range?
Yeah. So the age range, is from newborn to, 80.
So it's
folks
everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Okay. So many different populations, but yeah, we happen to have like a lot of children. The homeless family population is high right now. There's a big wait list for that, so that's like the highest need housing we see.
Wow.
Families coming from shelters. So we have anywhere from like 70 to 80 kids right now, and it's growing.
My goodness.
We seek more projects. Yeah.
So how are they finding? Like, let's start with the homeless for a moment. How are they finding you as an option? Is it through the shelters or?
Yep, it's through the shelters, if they have caseworkers and things like that. Like, we're in the mix. We go to meetings every week about, what we have available, what the need is, seeing what the wait list is, who can fit. All the agencies kind of work together that way. Who can fit who where. So it's really the shelters have all the names of places to give to folks to try for housing, to get them out of the shelter.
Right, right. And from the mental health perspective, is that through doctors and hospital facilities, or do people sign themselves up?
There's a process as an application that they fill out with their clinicians or whoever's referring them, and it's all through the Office of Mental Health and the SPA application, it's called. So that's a process that they go through and work to make sure that they're in the appropriate housing models. Because there's a different level, like I was saying, of housing that would be appropriate. So
the SPA application, single point of access, is cool because it's, once they fill out that application, it's a little rigorous because you're applying for permanent housing, long-term permanent housing. But they're putting it not just to our agency, but any agency that has vacancies. So it's like a one-stop shop for mental health housing. So anytime anyone's looking for mental health housing, that's the start.
Is it supported by a state or federal aid, or is it donations?
Oh, our place?
Yeah.
Everything. So we get state funding. We get a lot of individual folks. Thank you, donors and supporters. Thank you. We get private grantors, family foundations, things like that. So we're kind of diverse that way in funding. Yeah.
Very cool.
All over the place. Yeah.
So you said 40 years.
40 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you start off with this being the audience that you're taking care of, or was it an evolution? What did you start off with?
So Sister Pat Griffith and Sister Kathy Nolan had the vision of when, that people need housing for when it was the time that they were coming out of the hospitals and really not having a place to go, people that experience mental health issues.
Okay.
So they were seeing a big population of homelessness due to that in the area that they were in. So they really worked hard on, finding a way to house the people that really needed, this support. So it started small, and then it just kept growing with the need, and just the support and, navigating all of the different ways that they needed to navigate and, and get, advocacy in all the different communities. And then she, grew and worked with the state agencies and, getting these programs going and growing from there.
And like mental health, right, is still a topic now that's kind of misunderstood. But back then, it was really misunderstood. Right. So they really took on a population that they saw wasn't getting the help they needed. Right. And advocating for them. So it really was, like you said, started with the mental health. That was all we did. And then it kind of grows from there, right? Yeah. What does the community need? Where do you see, these people need housing? We could do that. Yeah. People come to us and say, hey, we do housing well. So a lot of times people say, we have the folks. Yeah. Can you make housing for that? And that's kind of how we expand. But started with, mental health on the streets. Yeah.
So I don't know if the timeline makes sense, but 40 years ago, would Mercy Haven have been there to pick up some of the folks when they shut down the Kings Park facility? Okay, I live in Smithtown, so that's what comes to mind for me.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the deinstitutionalization. I was having a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Movement. Yeah, when they just kind of let folks out of those hospitals, like, put them in the community, and great idea in theory, right? But if you don't have everything set up for them, they're like, reintegrate them, but.
Was it a funding issue? Is that why that shut down?
Oh gosh, that I don't know.
Okay. I think it was.
I always wonder about that.
I'm sure it was funding, and I'm sure it was the movement to not keep people in the hospital.
Okay,
and
if they were with everyone else,
like community integration, right? Okay. But they didn't have enough for the mass that came out, to take care of them or have the right things in place to do it the right way. Right. So that's why I say, like in theory, that's nice. You want to reintegrate them, but. And Pat and Kathy were in Bayshore. Bayshore had a high population of homeless, and that's where they started.
Before Islip Terrace, it was Bayshore.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they ran it out of they had a soup kitchen.
Okay.
Too. So they got to connect with a lot of people and saw the need.
Well, they had a big heart.
Big, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So they had a big vision.
Okay.
And the vision definitely grew. And now, we house over 400 people, and we touch so many lives with our programs as well.
Wow.
So we're growing just in our food pantry. Seeing the need in the last year. Yeah. We're seeing over 100 people every time we're open. The need of food. The insecurity right now. So. The vision keeps on going. The vision will keep on going for years because there's just such a need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's wild. Yeah. Of the 400, is it a big portion that's a permanent resident versus those that transition out, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bigger portion is that, like, we have the folks that transition. That's around 34 or so, 35 in our community residences. So those are the folks that we look to, work with them. They have the serious mental illness diagnosis. And they're working with folks intensely to try and move on to independent housing within 2 years. That's their goal. So those people we're trying to get moved on. But yes, the majority of our other housing is long-term permanent housing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you're growing. So how does an organization like yours grow?
So we definitely rely a lot on grants that come out, and they're competitive grants. So we write a lot of well-written grants, thanks to our development department. And we ask the state funding opportunities to see our vision, help us grow our programs when they put out those opportunities. And then we also go to another state agency and ask for some capital funding. Finding housing on Long Island to create these programs is a very big challenge. It's a growing challenge because we're not as fast as some of the buying and selling that's been happening on Long Island. So it's been a challenge, but we have to find places. We have to make sure that it's a right fit, good community, and try to get the funding in place and get these programs in there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Before we started the podcast, we were talking about donations. Where do you see that mostly coming from?
Oh, mostly coming from, we were kind of talking about how it's funny that print is still so viable now, right? And direct mail marketing. And so we talk all the time of trying to get more, we're more online and streamlining web donations, things like that. But a majority of our donations still come from our direct mail.
Writing a
our
check.
Longtime supporters writing a check, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were joking the other day that sometimes when the checks come in, the younger people in our office say, "What is this? They've never seen a check."
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was
wow.
so funny.
Venmo you the money.
I said yes. I said to her, we were just joking yesterday about it. I'm like, that is when people say, "When's that moment you felt old?" Like, I really thought I was pretty young, and then when our 20-something-year-old receptionist was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Oh wow, I'm old." Yeah.
Holy
we
cow.
also do 2 big fundraisers a year, so
Okay.
I think that's a really important piece.
Oh yeah.
We try to engage, the community, different companies that we work with to really be a supporter of ours. We have a big golf outing every year, and then this year we're doing a gala because it's our 40th year.
Right.
But in between, we do a big cocktail party. It gives us a chance to really engage with supporters and get new supporters, and that's a good opportunity for us.
We've been so lucky. We have these 2 big events a year. They know it's coming, and they always, we are just so lucky. I can't say enough to anyone seeing this that does support it, sponsors, all of that we really do well with those 2 events. So we're trying to put more little smaller events in, engage different audiences and things like that to come see us. We're fun and we're doing great work.
Sure.
To kind of get different audiences.
Right.
But we're so lucky. We have a great golf outing. It always sells
very
out.
successful.
People come, they have a great time.
Yeah.
But so we're lucky that way. Absolutely, with our events. So.
Our goal is to try to engage with the younger population, the younger workforce, to understand what we do on Long Island, and to try to see if we can get another generation of support, because that's an important thing to keep looking at, for us to continue to grow.
Are you seeing strong support from the younger generation from a volunteering standpoint?
Yes, that's what they want to do.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, which is great. So I think the younger generation, that's in my world, is that when you're engaging folks of younger people, they want to feel the impact. They don't want to just send you money. Understand? I kind of feel the same way. They're like, no, let me come in and do something. So we could have people who volunteer for a while before they become donors, or maybe they don't become donors.
Right.
Yeah.
But
they want to. They donate exactly.
Yeah.
They're donating their time, which is a donation in itself.
Right.
We have a lot of people that in that way are so important to us because they donate so much time on our committees,
That's awesome.
in all different ways. So it doesn't have to be money. Yeah. But yes, with the younger folks, that's where they tend to go.
Well,
they want to do food drives. They want to do clothing drives.
Yeah.
They want to do stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I know as a generation, that's a very popular
Yes.
concept.
Yeah.
When you were talking before about we'll say the analog donors that are cutting checks and mailing them and putting a stamp on, et cetera, do you think that's driven more by the generation itself and how they are and how they were raised, or is it just that they're at a station in life where they could make those donations because they're not perhaps raising a family, et cetera? Maybe they're of retirement age. I don't know. Is that a relevant question?
I think it might be both.
Yeah.
I think it might be both. I think that was the way that those communities where the agency started could support.
Okay.
There was a lot of connections made early on with supporters, and they're still supporting us 40 years now. Could they, maybe as they got more successful in their careers and things, they were able to give some more, and as they are aging and not having the small children to pay for or college to pay for and other things like that, we do see that continues to come to us. So I do think it was part of the culture, of giving, is writing that check and helping the local nonprofits. But
I still like to write a check once in a while.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel, I don't know, it's just I get the St. Jude's with the stickers, and they give you the stickers with your address on it, and you're like, oh, it's something you feel, I I don't know, maybe it's like more of a
More
feeling than just a
tangible.
click. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
more tangible. So I do get
The moment
it.
lasts a little bit longer too. You're
Yeah.
taking the time.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
This
It's more
generation likes
personal.
everything a little bit quicker.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we do put a lot of the scanning barcodes on things now so that people can use their technology and pull us right up and donate from our websites and donate during
Or on Venmo.
food drives. You know, they could, instead of going in and buying something, they could just give us some, give us money through the donation.
That's
Yeah.
been
scans.
so popular. We have an
Yeah.
Amazon wish list for our food pantry. People
Oh,
love doing
that's
that.
nice. Yeah.
So that's been, I think people love Amazon too as a
Well, you're clicking through, you're buying.
Well,
stuff,
if you
like,
have the
we'll
itch
buy
to
it.
buy
some joy.
something,
Yeah.
right, this will
there's
scratch
some
that
joy
itch.
from shopping on Amazon. So it's like any excuse people have, like, oh, I'll buy stuff for you.
Yeah. Put a
it's-
jar of peanut butter on there, some,
Yeah.
other
That's a
food.
terrific
and then-
idea.
And then it gets sent right to our office and put right into our food pantry.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
And we get a lot of donations that way. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very lucky.
That's
And-
great.
And much needed donations.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
we were saying before, our food pantry is definitely growing. The need is growing there, so we have to grow with it. So we've been collaborating a lot to try to get some more healthy options and
Okay.
and different things for the community and
Oh my God.
cultural
Is
options.
produce
big on that.
realistic to?
Yes.
Produce
Yeah.
is. We have now just partnered with Island Harvest, and
Oh,
we were actually
right
at
around the
their-
corner.
We were
Yeah.
actually at their farm. Last week?
Yes.
We
were
picked
farmers.
ourselves the produce that we brought back
Wow.
to the food pantry, so that we try to give produce and proteins, meats, out to the
Right.
families. They.
That was a big thing when we started the food, or when it grew a lot, is that we don't want to just give out cans of stuff.
Sure.
It just sodium. Oh
Sodium-ridden
God.
food, yeah.
No, it's like what do you want to get at the store, and what's gonna really help everything, right? You can't just give people those kind of things, and you want the health outcomes. You want nutrition to be part of it. You know, we try and really, the food pantry is more like trying to make it more of a hub of like, yes, you're coming for food, but how do you use this food? And here's food literally like fresh from the farm. Like it's like dirty.
Yeah.
Like let's how do we make something out of this that's
Right.
real and not make
Well, you're educating at the same time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's
We're
what we
giving
really
recipes.
Yeah.
We're talking about ways that we could, utilize the food. And
Yeah.
So that doesn't go to waste when they get it.
Yeah.
And, a lot of education comes out of that area.
because we're so lucky we do have produce all the time.
That's
Yeah.
Every
fantastic.
time. Yeah.
Maybe this is too clinical a question, but have you noticed? Is there? Are you seeing a parallel between proper nutrition and mental health?
Oh, I think so.
And obviously, you see it with diabetes and obesity and stuff, but
it's not as clear, right? But
Okay.
like I would think so. Absolutely, it's all connected.
yeah.
Oh yeah. We have a lot in our own residence. I know a big concern is like diabetes, high blood pressure, overweight. I mean, it's really rampant in our population where it's part of our regular group activities that we do every month is nutrition, exercise. It has to be because it's got to get better. And I think it all affects mental health.
No, why is it more rampant in that community?
In that,
Is it the cost of the
we
food?
see it. I think cost of food, absolutely, and I think they're not with the mental health. I think I see it more. You could chime in if you, but I think I see it more with the folks who have like severe mental illness. That it's harder. Like the get up and go is harder. So I think it's a lot of just being stagnant and not being able. For some folks, really, and this is realistic. If they get out of bed and take a shower, they've done something that day.
And eating healthy
Eating healthy is work.
It's work.
It's
right?
work. It's
It's
absolutely work. So, and then to that could be their big success of the day, which isn't bad. That's just
A
part of
success
the
is a
population.
success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Success.
Yes.
So, how do you really teach them that and enforce that? And for a lot of them, I mean, they're walking in the store, they're getting sodas, it's just easy. It's comfort.
Yeah.
So how do you retrain that? That's a lifelong, it's tough, but it is absolutely connected.
And seeing our homeless population coming in, there was a lot of survival. So it's teaching them, teaching them once they come into our housing and, how to cook, how to use the food, like we were saying, so that they could, make those healthier choices and start and, feel like everybody deserves to eat right, and have that opportunity. So we tried to do that quite often. We are actually going to be one of the first medical respite programs on Long Island. So we have paired up with the Social Care Network, doing a lot of work on doing some social determinants of health and looking at really what our population needs and trying to reach out to the community. And one of the needs that we're seeing is that people that don't have a home to recover coming out of the hospital are just going right back into the hospital and going through the emergency rooms and really just not healing, and it's just a cycle, especially with the homeless population. So this is a model where they can come to us for about 90 days or so, recover with dignity, and try to get over their health conditions that they were just dealing with, and then in the meantime we try to find them housing. We teach them about different things about food and health and things like that. So we're super excited. I mean, this is just such a new initiative. We would be growing this program, from ground up. So we're the first ones. They have a couple other, like one in the city and one upstate. But so I'm very excited.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's there's a lot of people that need that help. Our homeless numbers are there and rising. So. I'm excited for it. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, excited. It's a great, being able to recoup in a safe spot and free up that hospital bed, right? It's like working together to, they're not in the right space, or the hospital, unfortunately, right? Insurance and all, it's like, okay. And, that's daunting for someone who's trying to recover from something, and where do they go?
Yeah.
Right? So it's safe that they can, so nice. It really is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So how did each of you get involved in this line of work?
I did case management about 20 years ago.
Okay.
And I really always enjoyed working with people, all different populations, doing that. And then I was in healthcare, the business side of things, for a while after that. And then when this opportunity, I read about Mercy Haven, there was this great opportunity, and it kind of took everything that I've done with business and housing and just everything, and it was just an amazing opportunity to put it all together and really just help people, and leading this amazing agency with so many great people, that was calling me.
Yeah.
I really I'm like so grateful for the opportunity. What a great agency, and great people doing great work. So
she's awesome.
oh,
She's been there like 4 years, you said the other day, but it's really been like, since she came, it's we've always worked with other people with services, like the folks in our housing. It's always like, if there's something they need, or there's substance abuse things happen like that, we can refer them to each other.
Yeah.
But she's really been a big, with your background and coming in, has really been like okay, what are the bigger need, and like even housing projects and this medical respite, things like that, of like, how do we work together on these really bigger projects to really fix, bigger problems. So she's been, great with that. Just to toot your horn.
Thank you, Ciara.
And how about you?
Oh, mine's not so fun. So I went to college. I've been there 17 years. I've been at Mercy Haven 17 years. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. So I went to college for psychology, and I basically came out and was just looking to get a job somewhere. So I found it in the Penny Saver.
Okay.
We were saying the other day, nobody looks for jobs anymore in the Penny Saver,
Right.
but I don't even know if Penny Saver exists anymore. But I found just a part-time receptionist job, and it said it was a mental, I looked up Mercy Haven, mental health aid. I was like, okay, it's in the mental health field. And I never left, and I just kind of have switched all different positions from there. Once you get involved in something in a nonprofit and you do it well, or they're like, hey, you can do this, why don't you try this, why don't you try that? So I've had I don't even know, 5 different
Oh, that's cool.
positions
That keeps it
there.
exciting.
Yeah, it
does keep it
does. Yeah,
exciting.
yeah. So I've worn all different hats there. So
And now she wears a very important hat, because
yeah,
development, foundations, connecting, getting all that funding in, we wouldn't be open.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we are constantly thinking, being creative, and if it wasn't for her creative mind, we wouldn't be here. So,
oh,
yeah.
Wonderful.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So perhaps the most important question:
Ugh.
what do you like doing for fun?
Oh God.
Well, fun. I have 5 children.
Okay.
So my fun
It's fun all the time.
is fun all the time. My fun is to just
Her life is wild.
just support them, be on the field. I have a couple of my kids play sports, so we're on the lacrosse field, field
Okay.
hockey, football. I have 3 in college, so we go visit them, and that's my fun.
That's
my fun
nice.
is to enjoy my children.
Yeah.
My husband. Don't want to leave
Him too.
leave him out.
Oh yeah, that guy. It's like all the stuff she does with like sports is just like, it makes me sleepy. I'm like, I don't know how she does it. I really don't. I have one kid who is 2, and he's my fun. He really is fun. Making him laugh is my fun.
Okay.
And I knew you were gonna ask this question, and I'm like, I don't know. My life is like, I watched other people and they're like, travel. I'm like, I don't really do anything. It's really just like a good movie, a good girls' night out, and making my kid laugh.
Okay.
That's my fun.
Well, as long as it's fun, that's what
Yeah.
The
counts.
simple stuff. The simple stuff.
Yeah,
But
it is.
Wonderful.
It
yeah.
is.
What about you? What do you like to do for fun?
No one ever asks
I
me
was
that.
actually just thinking that too.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
come
can
on.
we ask what he
Yeah.
likes to do for
What
fun?
do you like to do for fun?
No one ever asks me that.
Oh, we put him on the spot.
I'm a big car guy, so I like going to car events, whether it's with a car club or just a car show.
What's your favorite car?
It's kind of an impossible.
That's a loaded
That's
question, right?
That's a
So
tough
too many
one.
the
kinds.
older cars you enjoy, like classics, or do you like newer ones?
What generation of cars?
It's a bit of both. So I guess I kind of go in phases. So when I first bought a fun car, a toy, it was a '67 Mustang, and then after that, those following cars were also similar age. I love them, but they take their toll on you sometimes.
Do you tinker, like you fix them
No,
up?
I do.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do within my ability, and
Okay.
because I like playing with it, and in my mind, it's like, well, if I break it more, it was going to go to the mechanic anyway, so I have
Sure,
nothing to
right.
lose. Well,
Right.
that's not true because I could make it worse, but
Just a few
Keep the
extra
body
dollars,
looking
but
nice.
that's-
Yeah,
on the inside.
you stay in your lane and you do the things that you can do, and it's a great learning experience. But I would get busy building my business, et cetera, and then the car would sit. And when older cars sit, that's when you're making repairs for things
Yeah.
just because that seal rotted, and all of a sudden you have this
Right.
leak,
It's
et
all
cetera.
rusting, yeah.
So lately, I've been more interested in the newer-ish stuff, just for that convenience and reliability. And I like to drive the cars.
Okay.
So when I was in that phase of the old Mustang, the old Corvette, that sort of stuff, I stayed with those cars on Long Island. I
Yeah,
wasn't going to go very far with those, but with the other cars, now I can go Connecticut and Pennsylvania and not
Nice.
worry so much. So
Oh, fun. And you do car shows and things like that? You
Yeah.
go to car shows? Fun.
Yeah.
I love car shows.
Yeah, car shows are fun.
They're great. Yeah. It's a nice crowd. Everybody
I was
knows
gonna
each
say,
other.
The crowd's always nice at
Oh,
a car
crowd's
show.
great.
yeah, they're always nice people. They all share the same passion. You at least have that in
you got
common.
something to talk about. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a good fundraising thing we could do.
Ah,
At a
yeah.
car
She's
show.
always thinking
I'm
about
always thinking.
As a matter of fact,
Ah.
it's probably too late for this year because it's literally in 2 weeks. But I'm one of the clubs I'm heavily involved with is the Jaguar Drivers Club of Long Island, and we do a series of events throughout the year. But the main event is our Concours d'Elegance, which is our fancy pants car show that we've been doing for I don't know how many years at the Vanderbilt Mansion in Centerport.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So,
very cool.
From what I understand, I think we're only one of 2 clubs that they allow to still do that because they do a lot of weddings there, and certain clubs tear up the grass, etc. So we have the cars on the lawn. It's there all day long. You're overlooking Northport Bay.
Oh, that's nice.
But what we do is we try to collect money from the entrance and whatnot, and we pick a charity to help. So the past couple of years, we've been helping general needs for veterans. They get
very nice.
socks and pants and
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of the
great.
needs
Yeah,
for
yeah,
homeless
yeah.
vets, which is wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
As well as Little Shelter, the
Animals.
the animal
Yeah,
shelter in
I love
Huntington.
Little Shelter. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
great
great.
place.
Yeah.
There's
But-
so many nonprofit. There's so many great needs.
So
It's-
many.
Yeah.
But yours is also. So we
Yeah.
should have that
Thank you.
conversation
Oh,
with the
that
group.
would be
yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, and that's what's great about being part of the nonprofit world on Long Island. when you give to one of these nonprofits, you're also giving to us too, because we probably are touching a
There's
lot
overlap.
of the same people.
Oh, a lot of overlap.
And a lot of, so it's
overlap.
just,
We're a nice community too.
We are.
It's really
Yeah.
not, you worry about like, oh, it must be so competitive. Like it's really, we're all trying to do,
We're
all
going to
trying to
an
help
trying to do the right
people.
thing.
We're going
That's
to
it.
an event tonight for another nonprofit
Options.
that does what we do,
We're
right?
going
and,
to- yeah.
and just to support, and we all support each other, and I think it's super important. And
Yeah.
so when you hear other nonprofits getting stuff, it's great, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
we're really only trying to make the whole community better.
That's it.
That's
That's it.
it's good.
Well, this was awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
on the
for
show.
having
Yeah,
us.
of
This is
course.
Great.
Thank you for having
Yes.
us. It's a beautiful place.
Yes.
Appreciate you.